Hello, everyone. What is going on? James here, and today, Liam and myself are going to do this thing where we both come up with an idea for a film which we've done previously. We've come up with this idea previously, and basically, I'm in this scenario when Liam's telling me his idea. I'm a Netflix person, and I have 10 million quid, so I decide at the end if I'm going to put 10 million in or if I'm going to put way more in. Because basically, if you put more in, you have to justify to yourself, why would I make a profit on that idea? But we tried doing this stream before, but we were waiting for George for ages, and his car broke down. His dad's car broke down at home, and they're trying to fix it and all that jazz. So we're just going to do it with me and Liam. George can just say two ideas when we do the next film idea podcast. So we did try and do it before, but it just lagged out totally. But it's looking fine at the moment, touch wood. So, Liam, the floor is yours. What's your film idea?
Okay. So it's not fully fleshed out, it doesn't go into great detail, but here it is anyway. So it's a science fiction action adventure thriller, let's say. It's set in a futuristic city, and it follows the main character who is woken up from being cryogenically frozen, and then he breaks out of the lab he's in, and he's forgotten who he is. So he was cryogenically frozen by someone or something, but he doesn't know. And he goes on a journey of self-discovery, uncovering who he is, and I guess just exploring the city along the way. It would have an electronic synthwave soundtrack. Been listening to more synthwave music recently, and I like that. And as it'll have action in it as well, it'll have numerous action sequences with some slow-mo, and then I thought that he could discover that he was frozen by the leader of the city, whatever you want to call that, to be used as an experiment for some reason, and maybe he could, at some point in the film, he discovers who this person is, and then encounter them, maybe fight them and defeat them at the end, or use that as a cliffhanger to focus on the revealed villain and main character in a potential sequel.
So is it going to be like an apocalyptic future, or is it going to be like a Futurama future where humans figured it out, or?
Probably. I was just thinking, I suppose the second one you said, yeah, so not apocalyptic, yeah, sort of just sort of normal, I guess. Everything's sort of normal, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In that sense.
Now, what sort of guy is the main character?
I was thinking about it. I don't know. I was thinking it could be cybernetically enhanced, or he could have cybernetic modifications, or perhaps he could just be sort of, I don't know, a normal person without any of that, and he just could just be wearing sort of an outfit that's would suit the sort of the film, the futuristic setting. I suppose could be one of those two.
So, with the film, how much of it would you need? How much of it will actually show the futuristic society? Because that'd take a lot of CGI, man.
Potentially, yeah. It depends on. I mean, yeah. Let's try and think. There could be a fair amount. Perhaps there could also possibly be a few sets as well. Possibly,
yeah.
Practical sets. Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough. So yeah, it ain't really like massively fleshed out, but I'll probably put like because I'm a sucker for Futurama, I'll probably put like 7 million in it if I was like Netflix and just try and make what we can out of it. Because I wouldn't know if it would make like a profit or not, because it is just it's difficult with original stories, and that's why I made it that rule to make it more interesting. But it does sound like the sort of film which would cost loads, and I wouldn't be confident enough in the idea to like slap loads and loads and loads of money into it. So I'd probably put 5 million into it myself if I was Netflix and just try and make something out of it. You know, it does sound. But the main reason I put 5 million in and not like zero is because it does sound cool. How it's like, you know, a future where humans have figured everything out, like in Futurama, except we're going to see it in live action. You know, the dude's trying to discover loads about himself, so maybe there wouldn't need to be too much CGI. Maybe a lot of it could just be like him. Maybe some of it could be set in the past. You know, he sees like a token for a token or a token or like a moment. I literally just had the biggest a memento from like years ago. You know, a bit like Memento, the film.
Yeah, there could be flashbacks, I suppose. Yeah, maybe even just flashbacks of way back in the past as well, when things aren't looking futuristic, I suppose.
Yeah, so it could actually be really practical. So the thing is, Netflix had actually, as I'm in this scenario, Netflix, and I'd take the idea off you. Fuck it, I'll put like 20 million in, because I'd take the idea and try and make it really practical. I'm not saying it's not practical. I'm sure you can make it practical, but yeah, I'd actually put 20 million into it because it does actually sound really cool. Some dude trying to figure out his past, like a futuristic version of Memento in a nice, clear, crystal future. Because it's sort of like, because it'd be a bit shit if it was in an apocalyptic one, because it's like, I prefer that it's a nice future where he doesn't have to worry about having to survive. All he's worrying about is shit, who am I? You know what I'm saying? So I really like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And now, you know, you can end it on a cliffhanger because there's some. Did you say there's some bad guy doing experiments on him or something? And you're thinking, who's put him in the cryogenic tube in the first place?
Yeah. At some point, he would discover he was frozen by I don't know, like the leader or something of the
Baron Praxis from Jack 2. You know, he's actually voiced by Mr. Krabs.
Oh yeah.
That's why Clancy. That's
Clancy
why
Brown. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Clancy Brown couldn't do SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, because he was recording all the lines for Jack 2, because both games came out in 2003. And to be honest, I'm not knocking Mr. Krabs as a character, but I'm really glad he did the voice of Baron Praxis, because Baron Praxis is a fucking amazing villain. I'm not going to go into it, you see, because obviously you want to experience it for yourself, Jack 2. But Baron Praxis, I'm glad he chose to do that over bloody SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, because the dude who impersonates him, well, it isn't Mr. Krabs. You know, it's all right, isn't it? It doesn't really matter too much. It doesn't ruin the game or anything. It's just a bit like, well, this isn't the voice actor for Mr. Krabs, is it?
No. Yeah. So yeah, Clancy Brown. Yeah, he's done a lot of voice work. In video games and even films, and done a bit of acting.
Yeah.
Well, I think. Yeah.
He seems like the sort of dude who's probably he's the guy who's good, amazing at both acting and voice acting, because I can't think of many people who can do it both. I do both of voice acting and acting to a high level. I can think of people who, like, you know, can do can voice act to a high level or can act on screen to a high level. But usually the thing is, voice actors don't have much of an on-screen presence. That's the thing. Like, I'd say that I'm honestly a very good voice actor. I'm not great yet. I'm not amazing yet, but I'd say I'm very good. But on screen, I'm pretty average. You know, when you've seen me, when we've done live action stuff, I'd say I'm slap bang average, or maybe a smidge above average. You know, just because most of the time I sort of just act like myself, or you know, or just act like a bit of a crazy version of myself. But I'd say I'm a good voice actor though. The thing is, that's my point though. A lot of people can't balance both, can they?
No. But there are a lot of actors who have done both.
Yeah, but they're not really. They don't excel at both. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who has done both off the top of my head. Robert De Niro in Shark Tale fucking sucks. He absolutely sucks as the shark. He tries his best, but he just doesn't have much of a voice acting presence. And I suppose that Christopher Walken in Ants, I guess the issue is because their voices are so like distinctive, you know, they're you sort of like you instantly think, oh shit, that's them, you know. You just think, what the fuck's Robert De Niro doing as a shark? What the fuck's Christopher Walken doing as a fucking ant? You know, that's just instantly what you think. But yeah, I'd put 20 million into your idea, though. Yeah, I'll put 20 million into that. I don't care if I'm out of pocket. I'll be confident it'll make decent money on Netflix. And at the end of the day, right, you know, Squid Game was an original idea, and that has made Netflix a fucking bucket load of money. So I bet 1 million people swooped in with the subscriptions. So yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'll say my idea then. So, thing is, the good thing about my idea is that it's really practical. It would probably only cost like, well, I'll go through all the locations and anything that would be needed and everything. But basically, it starts off in a pub. I can't actually find the script, and I do have my memory stick here, but I just can't be asked to get the script up. I'm just going to go off memory to make it fair. So, because I did this script in college, so it starts off in a pub. All these people are talking together about a heist. There's different characters. A few of them are boxers. You know, they're training a lot of boxing, and basically, the one friend gets the other guys into this heist. Actually, no, I need the script because there's different characters. It's not just about like one or two people. I'm going to try and get the script up. Hold on, and like scour through it. By the way, my name is James. This is my idea. Don't steal this off me, Netflix or Hollywood. This is my idea. My idea. Okay? Okay. No, but to be fair, the best ideas I have, I've kept to myself. Like, I've got some really, really good practical film ideas, and I've kept it all to myself, bro. Just because I don't want anyone stealing them, you know.
Yes, fair enough. Understandable.
So yeah, the first scene is morning pub. 6 people are sitting round a table eating breakfast. They're all in suits, and most of them have nearly finished their breakfasts. The pub is really new and clean. There's a guy called Sonny. He's a tall person with big arms, has spiked up hair and beard. He's Irish, 30 years old. Jimmy is a tall and a bit slim. He has black hair, black beard, and is 22 years old. Sounds a little bit like that Jimmy guy. Sounds a bit like quite a cool lad.
Yeah,
to be fair, no, you know when I actually wrote. Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
Someone I know.
Yeah. No, but when I wrote this script, I actually wasn't slim. I was, I was pretty. I was far from slim. I was like I think I was about like 193 pounds when I wrote this script, and now I'm like 154. So, but I wasn't 22 then. I was 19. So, this guy called Lewis is a small guy with a beard belly, shaved head, goatee. He's 24 years old. Tim, a tall, lanky person with ginger short hair, big ginger beard. What was I thinking? Luke is a lean person who has a ponytail with long hair. Carl is a small, fat guy with a bit of stubble on his beard. He's 37 years old. So yeah, they're talking, having a laugh. They sort of have a go at each other. So Carl says, "Man, this shit tastes great. Best shit I've had in years." So who's paying for this? I thought Luke was paying for this. That's a surprise for him. He's as tight as a duck's arse. What? Luke says. How do you know it's as tight as a duck's arse? It's watertight. So, oh, well, I just lost the script. It's where is it? Here we go. It's watertight. Hold on. I've scrolled past it. It's watertight, so that's pretty tight, you dummy. You got a problem? Hold on a sec. You're calling me tight. I'm the one paying for the breakfast. Yeah, well, you've got the money spare, haven't you? Mate, I've been working hard. Things aren't given to me. Well, you had a nice family with well-paid jobs. What does that have to do with anything? Well, you've had it easy, you posh mug. What are you talking about? All the money I had was earned. Yeah, but you've been lucky, man. Me and my brothers had to steal me. See, I'm looking at both sides of the argument, man. I'm not just saying, oh, look at me. I worked hard. I'm looking at both nature versus nurture. You see, Liam. Mm-hmm. Actually, I might as well get the fucking script up, to be honest. I'm a bit worried about people stealing it, but we might as well stretch this out, you know. Oh shit! Why can't I get this window up? Here we go. Script for Mr. Dangerous. Oh yeah, the film. It was originally done as a TV show, but I've made it into a film now, even though it's only 41 minutes, because it's a minute per page. So I'll fuck this one up. So the script's up on the screen. Yeah, let me just check. Yeah, it's here.
Yeah. I like how you've made it look like a script as well. You know, I like the layout.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's fully formatted correctly. Like if this was sent to a Hollywood exec, they'd just throw it in the bin because it wasn't formatted correctly. But all my other films, I'm going to try and get proper script writing software, and all of them are really practical. But anyway, so the first scene's in the pub. How much would it cost to film in a pub for a day? And they're all in suits, so it would cost a bit to get them in suits, wouldn't it? So, but let's just get some cheap suits, man, because they're about to do a heist. So, cheap suits. Anyway, I'm just gonna be honest. You haven't been generous. To be honest, he's being generous now, so just drop it. All right, waiter walks over. You all right, lads? Is the food good? Better be. I paid for it. And then Jimmy, the legend, says, "Yes, sir. How's business?" And then waiter's like, "Oh, tragic friend, my friend. Tragic friend. Absolutely tragic. My mum owns the place. She's going to give me a rollicking if things don't start getting better soon. That's a damn shame. Hopefully things will get better for you." Yeah, anyway, I'll be back for your plates in a second. To get your plates in a second. Should I give a tip, lads? Your money, your call. Waiter comes over. Oh, yeah. Waiter gives him the money and walks off, doesn't even say thank you. Jimmy looks at waiter in disgust. Motherfucker. Your fault, bro. You made the choice. What an arrogant bastard. Man, when I was a waiter, no one gave me no tips. Not even a bloody smile for that $5 I gave him. What a disgrace. See, I'm mugging myself off here. I'm mugging this Jimmy character off, so you know. There we go. I'm not just making this Jimmy character the best bloke ever. This guy called Mike enters the pub. Mike's a big, strong guy, but he also has he's also a bit fat as well. He has a shaved head, thick brown beard, and he is wearing a blue sweat compression t-shirt and some... Now listen, all right, this does sound very, very, very weird, but the teacher said my idea was Monster School. All right, are you available to join, George? We're going on about my idea, but can you join, George? I'll send you the link. Or are you like... let me know if you're busy, George, yeah. If you're still working on the car. Now, the thing is, the teacher, you have to be really, really... You have to say what clothes they're wearing, what their face looks like, what the colour of their hair is. Yeah, so I'm not being overly descriptive with these... obviously, you all know that I'm heterosexual. I'm not being but even if I was like gay or bisexual, I wouldn't be like if this was about women, I wouldn't be overly descriptive like this if it was my decision. But the thing is, you have to be descriptive with scripts. The teacher told me. So yeah, even if it was about Doja Cat, I wouldn't say, "Oh, she's really curvy and she has red hair and she has fake nails on," and I wouldn't do that, would I? So yeah. All right, lads, you ready to do this job? Sonny hasn't got a proper... Sonny hasn't had proper working news. Such an arse, honestly. What's the matter with Jim? Jim? He's pissed off because the waiter he chose to tip didn't thank you. I don't care, boys. Time to go. All right, then. So they're in the car driving away from the police. They've left the pub. Luke has a gunshot. Shit. Okay, so basically there's a... let's just read this next page. Is Luke dead? No, he's not. It's not looking good. Oh man, all this blood. I didn't sign up for this. Listen, shit happens with these jobs. Blah, 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 blah. So basically we've skipped the heist. So we don't even... So pretty much, Liam, right, with this, you don't even need to show the heist because we're all everything has happened already. Like, they're in the pub, which costs like probably... The pub scene will probably cost like $2,000 in total. And then this chase scene will probably cost a bit. The chase scene will probably cost like $100,000 or maybe $300,000. But that's besides the point. Anyway, so the first scene, easy to film, very practical. Second scene probably costs a lot more. You're right, I have to try and save Luke now. I'm gutting, man. Carl deserves better. Oh, yeah, Carl gets shot and dies off screen, which is... He only gets one line, so you only have to pay someone for one line. Liam, you could play Carl, man. You could be Carl. You could just be like, this is the best shit I've had in years. That's all you have to do. I could play Carl. It would be the easiest role ever. Wait, who's this Abby person? Who did I write in here? Oh wait, no, sorry, yeah, I've skipped ahead. So they basically roll up to a farm and they take it hostage. And one of the kids is lying on the sofa. There's some kids there, so that adds to it. Right, as I don't want to go on forever about this, but basically, let's skip to the climax of the story. So they spend a lot of time in this house taking people hostage, and there's police waiting outside. So that house scene probably, I don't know, I think it'd cost quite a bit. Because like you've got all the police outside with cars, and the cars would cost a bit, wouldn't they? But it's set in a field, so it wouldn't be like you wouldn't have to rent out a public place. Like it's set in a farmhouse, basically. So you wouldn't have to rent out a farm place, would you? Like you wouldn't have to spend too much renting out a farm place, is what I mean. So there's a lot of drama here. Here we go. See, nothing to worry about. You feeling any better, Luke, mate? I'm bleeding out. How the bloody hell do you think I feel? Jim bursts out laughing. You come in the living room, ask me how I'm doing, and he's laughing at me. What the fuck, Jim? Try not to laugh. I'm sorry, it just feels like some stupid reality show. I'm sorry, Luke. This fucking idiot. I think Daryl's the policeman. Yeah, Daryl's like a police chief, yeah. What do you want? Sending in a medic. This better not be some bullshit. Medic nervously. Where's the patient? What's wrong with this guy? For fuck's sake, Jim. They sent us. Oh, wait, for fuck's sake, they sent us to Total Pussy. No, Jim, how the fuck would you feel if you had to deal with this bunch of crazy bastards? I've been dealing with it for the last 7 hours. The medic looks confused and continues to cry. All right, let's stop fucking with this man. Can you help our friends get? Yeah, just. Right, hold on. Hang on the table. Do something, Doc. Medic sobbing. Sorry, I can't do this. I've got the shit. You know me. There's always a poo joke in there, isn't there? There's always a poo joke. Oh, fucking hell, man. Bloody hell. Tim, go with him. You're right in there. Oh, God. That stinks. Fuck me. What's happening? I don't know. No. Oh, shit, yeah, the doors fly. Oh, so basically, yeah, the medic's just pretending to be scared to fool them. So the doors flies open and the medic shoots Tim in the belly and Tim goes down on the floor. No! The medic tries to shoot Sonny, but he runs up the stairs and avoids being shot. Tim's been tagged. Help me, help me. Sonny and Jim run downstairs while Lewis stays with Luke. Sonny and Jim looking around for the medic, then look through the door of the living room and they can see him talking to Dean and his family. Jim shoots the medic in the back and the medic falls down. Stupid bastard. The medic's lying on the floor. Then he opens his eyes. Jim puts his foot on the medic's back to stop him moving. Do you really take me for a fucking moron? Ah, shit. Jim cocks a gun and aims it at the medic. I should off this guy's head. Come on then, do it. You and your friends shot dead. Oh wait, I didn't even get you and your friends shot dead. Go on. Oh yeah, he means the police will shoot him if the medic dies. The police come in and just start shooting everyone. Let's tie him up. Sonny, this is bullshit. He shot Tim. Yeah, he's unarmed now. Luke is in a bad way. Your point? He's unarmed. Hopefully he knows to save Luke. Hopefully he knows how to save Luke and get the bullet out of Tim's shoulder. Oh, it was his belly. I don't know why I put shoulder. He's a ploy, you dumb prick. What are you thinking of this script so far then, Liam? Do you like it or do you not like it? Or
I mean, it's interesting. It seems like there's a bit of like comedy in there as well. Although I feel like I know you've done a lot. Like this idea is way more fleshed out than mine, but I'm just wondering because it just like we don't have to see the heist like you said, but I'm just wondering now we're just in. In the farmhouse? Is it?
Yeah, they're in this house by a farm, and they've held a family hostage because a load of police are after them, so they didn't know what to do. They couldn't outrun the police because there were so many of them. Maybe what I should have done earlier is probably been more descriptive of the heist, but I like to keep the viewers thinking about what happened on the heist. That's the thing. That's just my logic.
Oh yeah,
What you?
that's an interesting like
Because
turn to
because
take. Yeah.
yeah, because they're thinking the viewers are thinking. First off, it's practical money wise. Second off, the viewers are thinking, shit, what the hell even happened on the heist? What you arsehole's gonna Sonny punches him in the stomach. The medic is muttering in pain. You brought this on yourself. Sonny hits the medic again. Medic's scared. What the fuck do you want from me? You shot my friend, you fucking cock, and you tried to kill the rest of us. Okay, case in point, what do you want? You genuine medical, you sent here to kill us, but no. Oh, I know you sent here to kill us, and no, sorry. Man. Listen, you guys, Tim's been shot. He might be okay for ages, but Luke will die soon. Well, Luke, I should have put Luke's going to die soon and make it sound. What are you suggesting? We got to give up now. That's not happening, Jimmy says. It's our friend's life on the line. Don't be a fool. He knew what he was getting into when he signed up for this job. He knew the risks. Don't give me that bullshit. Listen, Louis, keep a straight head, okay? If worse comes to worse, we hand him over to the cops. We can't let anyone else hand him over to the cops. They can't let anyone die, even criminals. What if he snakes us? Well, we'll need to get the fuck out of England soon as and hide. I mean, Luke won't know where we are going to. Where are we going if snakes? I don't know yet. Actually, how are we going to get out of this? Luke doesn't have much time. Like I say, I have a plan. Go on. Oh, so we don't even. That's a typical cliche. So he doesn't actually say the plan. He just cuts and then it goes to the next scene. So I bet you're riveting for the plan, Liam. What the plan is? All right, then the police officer. Oh, sorry. Go on. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I do like how you don't see the heist, so you're thinking about what happened in the heist, and I guess as a result, like you're wondering why they're here. I guess are you wondering why they're here and why they're
No,
doing what
basically
they're
on a chase at the start. So basically, once they leave the pub, they walk out the pub. Then it cuts to a car being chased after by the police, and Luke's bleeding out, and they're all sitting in this car.
Oh, okay.
And then they drive in the middle of a field to where a house is and take them hostage. They weren't intending to do that, but they thought, shit, there's a house here. We have some bargaining tools over the police or whatever. But they just did it out of desperation because the police are eventually probably going to catch up and not get off their tail. Hey, Mr. Daryl, the police chief. Hey, Mr. Daniel, just pick up the walkie-talkie. I've got something to tell you. Random police officer. You don't think they killed the guy we sent in? That was a random officer. Shut up. One of Gene's kids runs out and runs to Daryl. Are you okay, kid? Tim walks outside. He's holding Dean's other kid and has put the gun to his head. All the police and firearms run over to him. Stop, or we'll shoot him. Calm your tits. You appear to be shot. Yeah, boy. The guy you scumbag said was a medic. Listen, Matt. No. Fuck you. You're meant to be the negotiator. Oh, he's the negotiator, not the chief of police. Never mind. You send someone in to kill us. You really are a dogshit negotiator. You people took a family hostage. You weren't giving us any options. Well, now I'm giving you an option. Hand over the kid and you'll only do 4 years. And if you tell us where your friends are, we'll knock it down to 3. How's that sound? Like horse shit. I want this in writing. Hand over the kid. Down Tim stare each other down. I don't know why I put star. Wrong spelling. And then a random officer. Criminals running off. Some of the police and firearms run after the first person running off, and they're wearing a balaclava, so they can't. Oh wait, that's like a mugger hat in it, yeah.
Yeah, one of those black hats like you put over your head.
I just want to make sure I was correct with that one. Let's look it up. Yeah, balaclava mask. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so one of them is wearing a balaclava. I can't tell that. Then the criminal runs out of the house in a balaclava. So I'm so confused. Why are these idiots making a run for it? Tim, let's go. Let's go with one of the kids and tries to run off. One of the firearms shoots him once. I think I meant to put, fucking idiot. Why didn't you aim for his legs? He has a gun. He could have shot us, and he's a criminal. Let go of the kid. He wasn't going to go and shoot us, or he gets shot. You don't understand how this works. Please apprehend one of them and take their balaclava off. It's Abby. Then they apprehend the other runner, and it's Dean. So basically, and then he says, we're the hostages. The dickheads have run off. Anyway, so and then engine revs. Louis riding off on Dean's moped. I spelt moped wrong, but yeah, who cares? And shooting his pistol in the air. And the police run after him, and the cop cars drive after him. Sonny and Jimmy are carrying it. So basically, I know it's a bit hard. It doesn't come across well in the script. But what happens is Dean and Abby agree to like do the balaclava thing, and the reason they agree is because Tim has a gun to one of their kids' heads. That's why they agree to do it. So then Tim lets the kid go as soon as they've done it. And Louis drives off because he's like, all right, we've got to keep Luke safe, because he's been shot. So he's willing to like risk the police coming after him so those guys can run off on foot. Anyway, yeah. So Jimmy and Sonny are carrying Luke through the farmer's field, trying to get to the woods so they can escape from the police easier. They're wearing regular clothes instead of bloody suits. Like basically, the reason why they wear some of Dean's regular clothes is because there's blood all over them. So if they eventually get to public, they don't want to have blood all over their clothes. Otherwise, they'll be a basic target. Well, they'll be a sore thumb, won't they? Up in the air. 15 minutes earlier. I must have talked about the plan. I have a plan, but it will require your full cooperation. So you and your wife need to put on ski masks, run outside till the police catch you. You get a massive reward for this. I'll let you in on a little secret. The dude I was talking to on the phone, he answers to a group of bosses who basically run the country, gangster types. Yes, and long story short, we'll give you a lump of cash for this. Oh, I thought he'd just say, well, we're going to Tim's going to shoot your kid. That would have made more sense, but I suppose. I guess this makes Sonny seem like a more okay guy, I suppose. What do you think? What do you prefer? The thing I originally said or the sort of money bribe?
I guess. Well, yeah. I mean, so the first one was he threatened to
basically
shoot his kid.
Yeah, I thought like I wrote in the script that he says, "Look, if you don't do this, Tim's going to shoot your kid. He's going to have a gun to the kid's head." So,
okay. And then the other one is just I'll give you a lump of cash.
that was the actual idea, but I didn't realise. I was just thinking off the top of my head. But Dean says, "No, fuck you. You're expecting me and my wife to do this. We get shot. The cops are all pussies. You'll be fine." They aren't going to shoot anyone who's unarmed. And if we get put away and the bosses want to know who's responsible, you might all end up dead. Oh, fucking bastards. Yeah, Jimmy's meant to be a mean guy because I thought if I'm making a character based on me, I might as well make him not like me. Like, you know me, Liam. I'm a good man, aren't I? Not when you're doing impressions of me. Oh, okay, sorry. But apart from that, I'm a good man. So, yeah, I guess so. There is more to it then. Dean says, "Fucking bastards." It's a no-brainer. Get a lump sum of cash off the bosses, or you will get killed, and we all get put in prison. It's a win-win. You be helping us. As it's for my wife and kids' safety, I'll do it. My wife will do it for me and the kids. I promise I will pay you back for this. You hear? Yeah, okay. Present day. We're coming towards the end now, Liam. So yeah. So glad this worked out. So glad we can get out of this shit. Yeah, man, fucking crazy. So glad it's nearly over. So you just need to call up Mike. I haven't got his number. Can you call him? So Mike's like a doo-doo. He's secretly like a gym manager. He's a gym manager in real life, but does all this shit for extra money. There's a scene with him earlier, but I think it's just like filler, to be fair. I think, are you bothered about that scene, or would you rather just like get to the end, or?
I guess we could have a look at it, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. I'll try and get up to that scene then, because basically, let's see. Here we go, Mike and Frank. All right. Bloody hell, it goes on for a little bit. I think
it's 41 pages.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So, Mike is going through random channels trying to find something to watch in his flat. It's very messy. He has a lot of beer bottles on his table. Mike says, honestly, I always say this. They should pay us to watch this shit. Absolutely nothing on. Then door knocks. This is the police. Open up. Oh, bollocks. Mike runs into his bedroom, opens up one of the drawers with a bag of cocaine. Mike is breathing heavy, nervous at this point. I'll be there in a sec. Mike puts the bag of cocaine, runs to the kitchen, picks up a sharp knife, and runs to the toilet. He cuts the bag of cocaine and flushes it down the toilet. We're going to bust in through the door in 3 seconds. Then he throws the bag in the bin and answers the door. Wait, just a second. Mike rushes through the door quickly. It turns out to be one of his associates, Frank, playing a prank on him. Frank starts laughing. What do you think of that? Oh.
I mean, yeah, it's an okay laugh.
Frank is a tall guy with frizzy hair and is dressed in a suit. Mike, Frank, you sack of shit. Who's pissed in your cornflakes? You fucking idiot. Because you had to flush some of my stock down the toilet. I thought you had some under the floorboards. I do, but the latest job was a fuck up, so I'm dry on powder. Sorry, Mike, I was just I was just trying to have a laugh, that's all, Mike. Mate, I'm going to end up being a bum on the streets if you aren't careful. Now, what the hell are you doing here? Just seeing how things are. Well, they're fucking dreadful at the moment. Goodbye, try to shut the door. Wait, Mike, let me come in. I haven't seen you in ages. Mike hesitates for a few seconds. Keeps the door where it is. Okay, come in then. Mike opens the door. Man, this place is an absolute tip. Get out. Come on, mate. I'm only bloody joking. Fucking comedian you are. Alright, let's see what's on the telly. Hang Mike sit down on the floor. Sober's flicking through the channel. You got any powder? Do you know what I just said? My stock's been low. Can't you spare some for an old friend? No chance. Flicking through the channels. You pay 120 a month for all these channels. Everything is shit. I know. I thought you were trying to save cash because you're low on stock. Yeah, well, I'm not wasting anything on you. They're flicking through the channels and a hostess dressed and is an elderly woman, news hostess. 5 people have taken a farm and a family hostage. Police reports say that one of the people in charge has suffered a bullet wound and needs medical attention. Mike looks shocked and Frank starts laughing. Oh, what a bunch of bums! Aggressively, what the fuck are you laughing at? What's the matter? Those were the guys on my show. Those were my guys and they're on the fucking news. Frank's shocked. Oh shit. The closer the police get to them, the closer the cops will get to me. Yeah, bad stuff. Listen, Frank, can I stay at your place for a couple of nights? See, how good is that? I'm not trying to set myself off, but like Frank's asking to come in at first, and Frank's like, "Oh, can I come in and have a laugh?" Mike's really hesitant, and now the tables have turned because of what's happening elsewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So a minute ago, you nearly kicked me out of the house. I pay your bills, Frank. Good point. Well, in reality, he doesn't actually pay Frank's bills. He just pays him money to do shit for him. But I suppose, in a sense, he's paying him, and Frank's putting that to his bills. Whatever. Hey, my car's that way. I thought you wanted a lift to that old bang behind. Hey, watch it, you cheeky bastard. What are you doing? Back off, man. All right, let's go. I think a car blew. I think some gangsters blew up a car or something later on in the story. Hold on. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, never mind. That must have been, I don't know. They must have been doing their own thing, never mind. Right, let's scroll down to page 36 then. So what are you thinking of it as a whole so far, Liam? I know we're towards the end, but any thoughts?
It seems decent. I don't know whether it's something I would personally watch, but I mean, you've put a lot of detail and effort into it. Yeah, I like certain things as well, like how I know you said it's a cliche, but I suppose how they don't reveal the plan, but then they go back to it later on, don't they?
Yeah.
And what was the other thing as well? And about the heist, so you don't know what you're wondering what happened. And I guess it's. I know a lot of films have done this, but it's interesting how you're following. Well, you're following a bunch of gangsters, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, criminals for gangsters. Yeah.
Yeah, and so in a way, you sort of, well, I guess it kind of makes you root for them, and you shouldn't be, but they're the main focus. So you're kind of hoping they succeed.
Yeah, because you get to know them, don't you?
Yeah.
So, so Jimmy says to Sonny, oh, sorry, go on.
No, so I was going to say, so it's good in that respect.
Yeah. Yeah, man, crazy, fucking crazy. So glad it's nearly over. We just need to call Mike. I haven't got his number. Can you call him, Sonny? I was out of charge ages ago. Because Mike's the one who could pick him up or something. Or the rest of it. No! Where's it all gone?
The last
What
3
the
pages are
hell?
blank.
No! Oh, I'm going to see those are the files. Or I'll tell you how it ends anyway. Well, basically, I'm just going to check, just to be safe, that there isn't... Because that could be an unfinished file, you never know. Because there are other Mr. Dangerous scripts on here, so let's see if is this the full script. Bloody hell, I wrote it on the 15th of Feb 2019. That's pretty cool. Let's see if oh bloody hell! All right, let's check this one then. Oh god, I think I might have lost. It must have got deleted then. Hold on. Let's see if this. Right, here we go. This is the full ending then. Here we go. This is the full script. All right, brilliant. Oh, it's a bit harder to see for some reason. I don't know why it isn't laid out like the one previous, but yeah. All right. I'll get it up in a second. Oops. I think this is the right one. Yep, here we go. Okay, so what bit were we at? Okay. What the hell? Okay, never mind. I think we have lost it. Damn. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, it's lost. Damn. I swear I just saw the ending then. I swear down. Okay, so base. Oh wait, no, here's the proper ending. There we go. Yeah, I thought am I like having bloody illusions or something? Am I going mental? Here's the proper ending. All right, here we go. So. Right, so Luke, we've got to use your phone. Luke mumbles no battery. He said it's worth a check. Jimmy and Sonny put Luke's phone on the floor. Put Luke on the floor, and Jimmy takes out the phone out of Luke's pocket. You want to make the call? Why? You're a better talker. What's Sonny passes. Jim passes Sonny Luke's phone. Sonny goes onto the phone and he's shocked. What's up? My God, Sonny. I don't know what to say. Come on, Sonny, talk. We haven't got the time for this. One of the contacts on Luke's phone says Chief of Police. Dun, dun, dun! So basically, well, you can figure it out. What the fuck? I know. So he looks at Luke. I know all these years we haven't seen eye to eye, but come on, man. I have no idea what you're talking about. But look, he was mumbling in pain before, and now he's talking normally. I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Why would I call that? Why would I call him that name on my phone? Sonny, Luke risked everything for you. Tim was probably arrested and will be locked up for 15 years. Probably. And I know he won't say a word about any of this. About any of us. Just so you could live. Luke drove off on a motorbike and is massively at risk of being caught. So just so you could live. Jimmy points a pistol at Luke. Neither of you fucking listening to me. Fuck you, you son of a bitch. Everything everyone has been put through to help you. Sonny, put the gun down, Jimmy. I don't want to tell anyone he's dead unless we have to kill them. No, I don't want anyone dead unless we have to kill them. But rat us out to the cops. I know I put right there. Rat us out for the cops if we leave him for dead. Yeah. If we kill him and the cops get us, we'll be put away for more time. I'm willing to take that risk. Sonny points the gun at Jimmy. I can't let you do that. Over Jimmy's face. And he screams. It cuts to black. Gunshots are fired. Credits start rolling. So originally it was meant to be a TV show to cliffhanger, but yeah. So what do you think of that then, Liam? Good, the bad, the rubbish, the average. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's good. I guess there's the points I mentioned, which are good aspects. And you said about how a lot of it would be practical. I mean, to be fair, it seems like most of it would be, wouldn't it? Seems like so. I think as a result, you wouldn't have to put as much money into it. So I'd I'm trying to think how much I'd give you for it. I guess as a result, I'd give you, I don't know, let's say 5 million for it, because I think a lot of it could be, $5 million, whatever. I don't know.
The thing is, it could be done, because if you think about it, unless you're trying to get high level actors, which I wouldn't, I'd just try and get amateur like actors, or I'd recommend Netflix to get amateur actors. Or there's a scene in the pub, scene where they're walking off. That's $2,000. Chase scene, $300,000. All the police cars and everything, and the farm scene, probably $500,000. The bikes and everything, and the and then food, actors, cameras, etc. Honestly, if the actors are willing to be reasonable and people don't want too much money for it, it probably could get made for like 2 million or 2.5 million. But you'd imagine a lot of people would be like, "Right, I want my piece of the pie," blah 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 blah. So probably like 5 million it would cost. And when it comes to it making a profit, obviously give your opinion in a second, but in my opinion, I think it could make a profit. I think it could make like 10, 20 million at the box office. I think it'll be like one of those like classic British films like Layer Cake or Snatch or Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels that do all right in the box office, but aren't like next level phenomenons. I can't remember how much Snatch actually made at the box office, but I know Layer Cake didn't make that much. I'm just going to look up Layer Cake quickly. Layer Cake's like Daniel Craig's, but yeah, it made 11 million in the box office, and it cost 6.5 million. So you know what? Well, it's not an amazing profit, and you're definitely not going to get a sequel out of that. They still made like 5 million profit, didn't they? So I'm just going to look up how much Snatch made. I'm pretty sure that probably made like 20 or 30 million, but I could be totally wrong. So it was made for 10 million. It made 83 million. Bloody hell! So that one did great, didn't it? So. Point being, though, it's really practical. Obviously, it's a Netflix pitch, so it just depends, would it make people want to get a subscription? I think it would make quite a few people. But you can have them in the cinema and Netflix, so I'd say it probably makes about 20 million in the box office. So, yeah. But all my other ideas, I'm not even going to mention them. I'm going to write them in a script and try and get them sent off to somebody. Because they're more practical and better. I've got good ideas, man. I've got basically like a comedy film, which will be really, really I'll actually tell you about it after the podcast, to be fair, because you won't like steal any ideas, would you? I'd like to think you wouldn't.
No.
Comedy film, zombie film, another comedy film, and there is a criminal film, but it's too much to go into. I'll just mention the 3 films. There's actually this war film that I came up with, which I think basically I'd be making it a little bit it's not my style, but I'd make it a bit pretty PC and a little bit woke, just because it's like a good contradiction, not like preachy or anything, but basically I feel like a lot of people would probably like it, like that. But I won't go into that one. That one's a bit like there's too much in it. I won't go into the crime one and the war film. It's not like pushing an agenda or anything. It's just sort of like it's just it might make some people roll their eyes a bit at it and be like, yeah. But it'll be done in a smart way, that war film. But yeah, it's not based on anything true. It's not. It's just based on like it's like real world, but like there's a war going on. But like it's not based on a real war like the Iraq War, Vietnam War, Cold War, World War One, Two, etc. It's not based on any of that stuff.
Okay.
So anyway, I'll tell you about those once we're done. So yeah, let's just do legit or a bit, then we'll leave it there. Have you got a legit or a bit?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay, fair enough. Let me try and think of one. I'm really trying to think now. Let me think. All right then. So I wouldn't shouted in the middle. I wouldn't shouted while an exam was going on.
You mentioned this. You mentioned
Did
this in a
I?
previous podcast. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Not shouting in an exam. I don't think I ever mentioned this one.
I'm pretty sure you mentioned it. I don't know if it's part of this segment or whatever, but I'm pretty sure you remember. I remember you mentioning doing that. Can you go into
Right.
any more detail?
So what happened was everyone went in the changing room, and the changing room was right by the exam hall. I can't remember what year exam was being taken, but basically it said please be quiet. So as a joke, as a weird edgy YTP lord as I was like blah 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 while the exam is going on, please be quiet. I don't know what that accent was, but yeah, I tried to make it sound like a sergeant. I don't know why. Yeah, please be quiet. And then because other people were telling bit like weird jokes, and I thought I'd do that. And I think some people laughed a bit, but one person just stared at me like really confused. But it's because they sort of didn't like me. This person, they were sort of like just sort of like against me no matter what I did, even if I told. Basically, I told some hilarious jokes, and this person always had a straight face. They just had something against me. I don't know why, but not everyone's gonna like you. If everyone likes you, you're doing something wrong. You got to have your critics. So yeah.
Okay.
Any more
Like I
questions?
say, well, I don't think so, but I just think based off the fact that I'm pretty sure I can remember you mentioning this not too long ago as well. That I think it's true.
Yeah, it is true, but Liam, I swear down, I didn't mention this on Legit or a bit before. I swear down. I don't remember mentioning like that I did this. I might have said made jokes about someone shouting in an exam or like actually no, I've rarely mentioned exams on this podcast to be fair.
Maybe
So
not in the segment, but I do remember you saying in one of the podcasts about you shouting during an exam. Like you
but it
didn't,
was
you did,
during someone else's exam, it wasn't like
yeah, and you were like outside or changing room. You might have mentioned that, but yeah,
then I guess
yeah. I don't mean like during the
yeah,
exam
I
you were
guess I've
doing,
got
but
that one up then. I just
yeah.
sort of thought it off the top of my head, but I'm guessing you haven't got a Legit or a bit right.
No, I was trying to think of them, but I don't know. When it comes to having to think of stuff, like it really takes me a while. I tend to be pretty rubbish, and then I can't really think of something like quickly and make it good.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
just try and think of things, maybe something crazy that's happened at work, maybe on a night out with your family, maybe just with your family in general, maybe if your dog did something mad, I don't know, maybe on a driving lesson, maybe something in school, maybe something in college. Just think back to things, or just make things up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I guess we can nicely wrap up there. I would ask about video updates, but you mentioned at the start you're doing the Star Wars the video game review. You're going to try and stream Lego Star Wars 2 and the complete saga in one go, which is a big challenge. But hopefully you pull it off, man. Fingers crossed.
So is this going to be part 2 of the other like podcast stream we did earlier? Or
Aaron's here, way! Us!
oh, hello.
I've just called this like episode 129.5 because something happened with the conspiracy theories one where
Yeah.
we just called it episode 99.5. And then
Oh God, Aaron, don't join in with James. God's sake.
This is the gaming channel, and I have made a boo boo.
Would you be saying that if you were actually here in the podcast, Aaron?
Oh, ba, ba, ba. Yeah, Aaron. I am sorry, Liam. Liam, seriously, I did not make Aaron do this. If I had said, I would have. If it was me, I would have made Aaron do something 10 times more mental. Seriously, Liam, I didn't make him do this. I would own up if I did. I'm serious. No, Liam, I didn't. He's lying. Serious.
I'm
Liam.
not sure.
Aaron, you've done me in here. Seriously, I didn't make him do it. I would have made him say something 10 times more mental, like, I don't know. This is the gaming channel, and I've plucked Obi-Wan's ass hair in Star Wars Kenobi. I would have made him type something like that.
Yeah, you very much would have.
Yeah, so there you go. As I've mentioned before, though, when it comes to updates for me, I'm just gonna after this Sunday, the George Takes Over podcast tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to Aaron's fucking video in that, man. That's going to be fucking fantastic. I need to stop swearing. I swear all the time, man. I don't know why I'm being sweary bloody Mary on this episode. But Aaron's episode.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say
Aaron...
that. Oh, sorry, I was just going to say. So that's tomorrow, then, is it, that podcast?
Yeah, George Takes Over 2 p.m.
I didn't realise.
Are you still game for it, or are you busy, or?
I should be able to do it. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that should be a laugh.
Yeah, so base the vid shall be very nice, well mental, very nice. Yeah, so they made a big intro for it tomorrow, which I am looking forward to. They recorded it like weeks ago. Aaron slapped it together, edited it together, so it should be really interesting how they've devised the intro.
We should all react to it, like how we all reacted to my intro.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna have to press Command D though this time because it echoed loads last time. So
it is.
Yeah, or I might try and do it so that I find a way to play the volume through the headphones. The only issue is when I played the volume through the headphones ages ago for a stream, the YouTube audio couldn't be heard, so I had to unplug it. But to be fair, on some of the reacting to Brick films, there hasn't even been an echo, so I don't know what the hell's wrong with shit. I don't know. Right, if I turn off my mic, can I be heard?
No.
You couldn't hear me, brilliant. So what I'll do then, I think I must have done this on the reacting to Brick films. I'll just turn my mic off whenever there's a reaction video on, whenever we're reacting to a video. So
I suppose you could do that. The only thing with you doing that is that we won't, like, if you say anything or whatever during the video, maybe we won't hear your reaction. I don't know.
Yeah, but otherwise there'll be loads of echoes. But
yeah,
I might
try it. Yeah.
Or I could pause it when I burst into laughter and press. I might have my finger on my mic when I burst into laughter, so just to be safe.
Maybe
it could be your mic, it could be George's mic that caused the fit. That's a good point. It could be someone else's mic because, as I say, whenever I did the reacting to Brick Films video, there was no echoes. It's like, where's it coming from? That's the issue. But it is what it is. It could be George's mic. Slap my boobies together, thank you. Yeah, nice. But yeah, after the George Takes Over podcast, I'm still going to do regular videos. I still have one podcast planned, but pretty much I'm going to mention right now, and I'll mention tomorrow on the George Takes Over how long my time off will be from doing podcasts. But there'll still be Twitch streams. I'll still work on other stuff. So Sunday the 27th, after that podcast, I will have time off from Sunday 27th, like after 2 p.m. pretty much. Well, after we complete that podcast, so let's say 4:30 on Sunday 27th. So then till next Sunday, 3rd of April, Sunday the 10th, Sunday the 17th, and probably around Friday the 22nd, I'll be back to it with a podcast, hopefully. So that's pretty much almost 4 weeks off, 3 3/4 weeks off. And the reason I'm doing it is because I originally was going to do a podcast yesterday with Deck, but he was too tired from the 24-hour stream. So in my head, I've pretty much had 4 streams lined up. The Deck one, but that hasn't happened. So this podcast, which is done, and then the Brick Flick tonight, and then George Takes Over. So I thought, I'm doing 4 streams, man. It's crazy. So I might as well like just have 4 weeks off just for shits and giggles. And I just thought, man, might as well do it. So yeah, that's the reason behind it.
Take a break, and then that'll help. I think it'll make you feel better.
Yeah,
coming back into it.
Yeah, sort of rejuvenate me and give me more motivation. I've got a lot of motivation now, but sometimes I do get a bit gassed out. But I do enjoy the podcast, so it isn't really too much of an issue. But I think it does you good to have like a few weeks off sometimes. And I've been podcasting for since April 2019 consistently for the last 3 years, because we're coming up to the 3-year anniversary of the channel. So I've pretty much been podcasting consistently for nearly 3 years now. So, you know, yeah, I've just been grafting, haven't I? And I have enjoyed it thoroughly, but it does you good to have a bit of time off. Liam takes over your spot when you take a break, James. It will be streamlined and an amazingly informative show. Are you willing to take over?
I mean, could give it another go.
Well, we will. To be fair, we will do that eventually. After the George takes over one, in a few months or a month, it'll be Liam takes over again. But I actually want to tell you this interesting rule that me and Aaron have come up with for the George one. If George does a really shit segment, because last time he did probably the worst moment in the podcast ever, the most boring, dead arse thing that ever happened on the podcast. Basically, it was a try not to laugh, and it was just me and Aaron sitting there not laughing for like 10 minutes. And then George didn't even find it funny. And George tried to hold himself back to laugh on a really unfunny shit meme. Yeah, it was horrendous. So we've come up with that we will say if it's a really, really shit bag of arse. If me and Aaron unanimously agree to skip it, we get power to skip to the next segment. I don't think George knows that rule yet, but I might tell him later, or it could come as a bit of a surprise to him tomorrow. But yeah. But I mean, it'd be cool if you guys did a podcast while I had in like my 3.5 weeks off from podcasting. Apart from one podcast, which I'm going to do, but it'll be by myself. What would you do with Aaron and George out of interest, Liam? Like, say Aaron sets up a podcast, what would you want to talk about out of interest?
I don't know. I guess just like just stuff that I would usually do, like I don't know, like some gaming news and other things like that I like. But it'd be also be interesting now to have segments like of things which I don't usually go for, or things like that, because it could be a nice surprise, or or just an unexpected opportunity for a good laugh.
Yeah, exactly. And I really would like to be in the position where I'm sort of like watching you guys do a podcast, if that makes sense, just for the shits and giggles. And as I'm on like the majority of podcast streams and the majority of content on this channel, it'd just be interesting to like have, like a podcast without me. I'm down for that. I need to think of some ideas. Aaron says he's game. The big man is
good.
Game.
Good. That would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can very nicely wrap up there. I think this is the longest podcast with just me and you, Liam.
It probably is, yeah, because the last one was like 50-something minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then
we did the Bad Batch one, yeah. We looked at the Bad Batch, I think, and it was just me and you. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, so the last one was 57 minutes, and this has been like... it's on StreamYard, it doesn't start the timer for 2 minutes, but it's been... so technically 1 hour 4, I think. 1 hour 4 minutes around that. Or 1 hour 4 minutes 30, sorry. So yeah, we've been going for quite a while. When I say there hasn't been one with just me and you that has gone on this long. So yeah, good vibes. Is that like the chef's kiss symbol or something? Because it just comes up as good vibes. It doesn't come with an emoji. I thought Aaron was being an edgelord at first, but I realised. Boys, send new link. George. All right, Liam, are you up for doing George's idea as he's available now? Because or are you too tired?
Sure.
Cheers. If you want, George, please make it a good one. Don't make it like rubbish. Oh no, actually do whatever the hell you want as long as it's interesting. Oh, sugar. George, is it okay if we do the George podcast on the night, if that's all right, at 8? Are you game for that, Liam? It's just Aaron sent me a message saying that he's been dropped some shit at the last second in the afternoon.
Tomorrow night at 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that'll be all right, yeah.
Cool beans. I've got it good. Cool. George, are you game for tomorrow night at 8? I've asked Aaron if 8 p.m. is all right then, because the thing is, this George one's like a really, really important podcast for all of us to be there if it's possible, Just send me links, poo. Sure. George, I've sent you the link. Do you actually want to join or not? Like, I swear I just sent you the bloody invite to the... my one is fine. What do you mean? The link's fine. Well, why aren't you joining then? Did I kick you from the studio or something last time? Or ban you? I'm just going to spam George with the link now. I'll be shipping off to Boston, well. Shipping off to Boston, well. Oh, George is here. All right, George, say your idea.
I was going to say it is working now. It looks like it was a bad fuel.
Oh, yeah, was it misfueled?
No, that's surely. I think it's just bad fuel that the car didn't like.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you misfueled it, like you put in unleaded when it's meant to be diesel or something.
Why would a car like that be a diesel?
No, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I'm just joking with you. I was gonna say I'm fine for tomorrow night as well.
Sick, good shit, man. So, what's your idea, Mr. GC?
So my one, I've left my piece of paper downstairs. But my one would be basically a monster school.
Okay.
Where you've got zombies, vampires, and all that, but the main character's human, and they fall through a basically portal in the middle of the sky. So they fall up to the.
How do they end up in the sky in the first place?
That would be the finale of it, where
the end of the film.
That portal opens back up, and the main character and their friends that they made during the movie get sucked back into it, and then land back to that movie's version of Earth, basically, because the character's human, but they have to pretend to be a monster or they'll be killed, basically, because no humans are allowed at this school.
Yeah.
So they become friends with like a zombie, a pixie, an elf, a werewolf. I did put a list down, but they all become friends basically.
Okay, so all of them have personalities. They're not just like animals or just like zombies walking around like.
All personalities. Like I know you watched some Zombieland Saga, like, and they could like be intelligent and talk and things like that. Basically, that would be that kind of thing. So the human and the zombie start falling for each other after about a month of being at this school. Bear in mind, they all look and sound like 20-year-olds, basically, like that, at that kind of age. But like the vampire is 500 and things like that. So they start falling for each other, and so the zombie and the other friends find out that the main character is human, so they have to basically try and keep it a secret from the whole school.
So it's just sort of like an indie film, like a slice of life film, except obviously not practical. Well, it is
kind of like Harry Potter. The first couple of Harry Potter films, kind of like that.
Just like them going around slice of life, except obviously not real life. It's zombies and vampires and monsters, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's trying his best not to be figured out. And there's always something that nearly makes him like find out, like when they meet the werewolf, and the werewolf is trying to attack them basically, and he's basically made himself out to be that he can be like really strong and take anything down basically really hypes himself up too much to make him look like he is great, and so he keeps getting into trouble for them trying to figure out, and then because it would probably end on like a cliffhanger type of thing, it would end up as somehow he get exposed right in front of the school as being human,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when the portal starts opening up again,
Okay.
and so they're all in the main hall, and the roof start and the roof of the hall starts being blown off basically, and ripped apart. So the main group go outside, and that's when they all get sucked back up into the into this hole basically. It's kind of like a portal or a vortex. And then when it would come to the second film, it would be them basically trying to figure out how to get back to the school and figure out what this hole is. And it would have the portal basically break open, and the human world and this world where the school is basically collide at the end of it, and it ends up that the school survives, and it's basically lodged itself in the middle of this town, and so without have to be basically humans figure out that zombies and all these things are actually real.
So yeah, I mean, when it comes to how much I put into it, man, it just sounds like it sounds kind of cool, but it just sounds like a bit like just crazy, you know, just like not. The thing is with school, say a film like takes place in a school, you have to have a lot of different things going on, so that would cost a lot. Portals and CG for the portals, that would be a bit like whoa. I don't know. I'll probably
CG
put like,
well, you see how many CG portals are made. Like there's one in Transformers. There's been the rift in Doctor Who, and Doctor Who didn't have a massive budget, and they made the rift in that. If you remember that.
Yeah, all the makeup on all the zombies and vampires. But it does just mostly
with the zombies and vampires. The vampires just need teeth. They can just look normal. And then with the zombies, if you think back to Zombieland Saga again, they wear that makeup to make themselves look normal, don't they? So you could do something like that, but they can take the limbs off when they want to and things like that.
Yeah.
So there's ways that you could do it, and then with the werewolf, you don't need to have the werewolf or as a werewolf, basically.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it does just sound like a bit of like a slice of life. I don't really understand like the story, like the end goal of it. I know the goal is to keep the woman who fell through the portal secret, like how she isn't, because they find out that she's
the person falls through the portal is a guy character.
It's a guy. Okay.
A guy character, and then the zombies are a girl.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll probably put like 500k into it personally if I was in a scenario where I had to put amounts into it out of the 10 million. Just because it seems like it seems like something that would just be, I wouldn't want to really risk it, you know. But I'll put 500k in because it does sound a bit decent. Like it does sound like it might have an audience of like anime people who love all this crazy.
I think it would kind of be kind of how they did the Harry Potter movies. How the first one started out as like a light adventure and things like that.
And it gets more serious.
And make it a trilogy. So the second one is the Earth one. Then the final one is a big baddie kind of thing. So it would be that kind of thing.
All right, Liam's gone. I'm going to phone him on Messenger and ask him how much he put into it, just to be safe. Right,
it just says I'll say that he hasn't listened to it, has he, anyway?
Well, he listened to like the first half, so Let's get him
Yeah.
on the line. Come on, Liam. Come on. Liam. Oh shit, Liam's back.
He's back.
Liam, from what you heard about George's idea, what would you put into it out of your 10 million? I said 500k because it just seems a bit crazy and out there and hard to sell. But it does sound like there would be a hardcore audience for it, like out of like anime people and people who really are into like really out there stories.
Is it a live action film or is it animated?
Live action.
Based off what I heard, there'll be a fair amount of special effects then and maybe CGI.
The special effects would be for the portal. And then to save money, the zombies, vampires, and werewolf could say more human-like. Like zombies could wear makeup. The vampires would just have teeth, and then the werewolf would just look normal during the day, basically.
I'm just trying to think. Maybe how much would you put into it, James?
I just said 500k because it seems like something that if it was slapped on Netflix or in cinema, it'd be really, really hard to like sell to people. And it just sounds a bit out there and crazy. But as I say, I feel like there'd be some hardcore anime people.
I think,
like people
I think with the type of movies that are being made, you could probably get a good one out of it. Like you got the Nan movie that's out in cinemas now.
Well, what's the Nan
You've
movie? I'm
got
going to look that up quickly.
It's Catherine Tate
Nan.
as the old woman.
Oh, the Nan movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that isn't about a zombie school. That seems like some.
No, but I'm saying, but you got quite bad movies like that's being made. You got a Play-Doh movie being made. You got an 8-ball horror movie being made as well. There's 8 balls that tell the future.
I'm not being
so you could probably
George. With all due respect, that film only made like $700,000, and it doesn't say what the budget was. So
I want the damn movie.
Yeah.
I want it's only just come out, so I'm guessing not everything's in. But still, I don't think the movie would be any good.
Mm-hmm. But that looks quite practical if it's just about like Catherine Tate running around being an old woman. Comedies are quite practical because it relies on like just jokes and silly things being told. If
the comedy's good.
Yeah, there's not going to be like a big CGI bloody chase and Optimus Prime comes in and farts on everyone, you know. So,
well, saying that they still make the Transformers movies, and the 6 of them have been basically the same thing for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
at this point,
but they make like loads and loads of money, and they're based off an already existing property from like the 80s.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean.
What I do, George,
I will say I did take. So what is?
I was gonna say, you know, you've got like ideas that are because the thing is with the film industry, usually like if you're gonna make something that you want to put into a big franchise or make sequels out of, they're usually not going to take the risk if it's not like really, really practical. So what I think, if you ever really want to get your ideas out there, what you could do is like write a novel and then.
Hang on.
If I had an idea that was really hard to do and hard to pull off and that would cost loads of money, I'd probably write a novel and then see if anyone wants to adapt it into a film. Because that novels are more of a sure bet. Like Lord of the Rings is a big budget, but because they already had existing material to base it off of, they were
hang on, you're lagging.
The movie companies were more game. George, you're frozen on my screen.
Same.
Yo, you can tell I've been working hard at the gym recently. Whenever I laugh, the veins have come back in my head, and I've got more veins in my arms as well now. Oh shit, George is gone. Oh, you can't see him, but yeah, when I stand up straight, there's more veins. So I've been pushing myself more. My back has been feeling a bit better, thankfully. So I've been able to go from lifting light to lifting medium, baby. Woo, 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 woo.
Very nice.
good thing as well about the call center I work at as well. There's a lot of basically like everything isn't near each other, right? So like if I want to get up and go to the toilet, I have to like walk at least like 40 steps or 50 steps potentially. When I walk into the building, I walk from the car park up the stairs to like the one of the floors. It's basically a decent walk. So my back never seizes up. George, please don't mention what company I work at, by the way. Yeah, thank you. I was worried George was going to say it as a joke then. I'm being serious. Please don't say it. I don't want people to know where I work. So.
I can't remember where you work at.
That's cool then. Thanks.
I just know it's
Right, don't say what type of company it is, because then it'll be easy to guess.
I can't remember.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
But I'll completely lag that out. Just I don't know what happened to it.
Okay, so what I was saying was because the film industry are really, really reliant on when it's an original story, they want practical ideas. They don't want stuff that's really hard to do. So if you want to get like really, really difficult, complex ideas to film out there, it's best to like write a novel. And if the novel does really well, then it would be adapted into a film.
Yeah,
and they'd have existing material.
I've told you that massive universe that I have in my head, but haven't I?
You said about it. You briefly said about it on Messenger that you had a massive universe and there's a load of different.
Yeah, but and that can be expanded to a Marvel kind of level.
No, but you need. But even Marvel was comics. Even Marvel was books at first, wasn't it?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I would make that into a novel first.
Yeah,
that's the best way.
Because if you went to bloody Netflix or someone with like, there's 15 me's.
I want Netflix to just take anything.
No, but it has to be a bit practical. That's the thing. At least they're taking on original stories, even though they try and boost them into like massive franchises.
Yeah.
But look what they've got now.
I watched a little bit of Squid Game.
You don't like it,
I found that pirating app. And I watched the first episode. And I see why people liked it.
Oh, bloody hell, I'm surprised. I thought you'd hate it.
So I thought I would do. I watched the first episode and I thought it was quite funny. Not funny. A good idea.
You watch it subbed or dubbed?
Dubbed.
Oh, you should have watched. It's so much better subbed. Trust me, just watch everything subbed always, because if you watch dubs, it just looks a bit weird. And some of the dubs, I've seen some of the dubs, Squid Game dubs, and they're really bizarre.
Well, the anime dubs that I normally watch, those are normally synced up lovely.
Yeah, but that's anime. Their mouths just move like this, like.
But what I was gonna say, I thought it would be like that. I'm gonna dub Eric James's voice on this now.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna dub this bit of the podcast.
Go for it, yeah. Crop that and just have my mouth going. What the hell is going on?
But what I was gonna say, because as I say, I watch anime, so I normally watch it dub because of James. This, but watching that with Squid Game, I think I will watch it sub because it does look very weird.
Yeah,
with the mouth movements, and that always gets me in films or something like that. If something's even just a little bit out of sync with the talking,
weird, isn't it?
It throws you off.
A lot of old films have it out of sync, to be fair. Not fully out of sync, but some lines are like, you're like, oh, okay, they didn't get that fully, did they? They didn't get that properly. They didn't line that up properly. Obviously, films were a lot harder to make back then.
One thing I just thought of for a film, because I don't really want to spoil the massive one I have in my head, is okay, a Nintendo or Xbox or PlayStation film where, hang on, it's basically how they came to be, kind of like the Facebook movie, The Social Network, how the robot who runs it, what his name now?
Zuckerberg.
Zoidberg, yeah.
Zoidberg. Nah, Dr. Zoidberg
But
would be way better.
he basically stole Facebook in the end, didn't he?
Yeah, well,
Um,
Dr. Zoidberg would be far better in charge of Facebook than Zuckerberg, man.
Oh, well, of course he would be, yeah.
Exactly.
But they made that out of the social network, so maybe you could have that for something like PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo. Nintendo could be good with like, the NES and things like that.
Yeah. Look. Anyway, we're going to. The last thing I wanted to mention though was if you rolled up to Netflix saying I've got 15 different universes with 50 different me's and whatever, they'd be like, mate, that's too hard for us to do. So as you said, it's best to do it in a novel form first.
Yeah, but it wouldn't start out like that. The first movie would be Alien crashes to Earth. Alien hides away for God knows how many years. Gets himself a talking clone, a talking spaceship. Falls in love. Time travel, meets his kids that are basically the same. Well, in our age.
What?
At our age, because the
hell?
alien would be.
That's really strange. Why the bloody hell would your kids be the same age as you? I don't remember this bit, George. What the bloody hell?
It worked out because then they could use the same power as what the alien has, basically.
No, but that's just creepy to have a load of kids the same age as you. That's just really odd.
It would make sense.
No, it would. No, I don't think so. I think you need to calm down.
It would, because it have to be a certain age and certain performance-wise, like fighting skills and things like that, to get the power that makes them kind of like their dad, basically.
Okay.
It makes more sense in my head up, basically. Even though there's
thoughts, Liam?
Barely anything.
I don't know. I've just gone blank. I can't think of anything.
Fair enough. What's on your Star Wars t-shirt, man?
It's basically like a robe. Top. Death Trooper one. It's pretty cool, though, to be fair.
Oh, nice. Fair play.
Yeah.
Talk about Star Wars. I got some lovely books from the charity shop the other day.
Oh, were they
I think you would like them down.
Were they the two books that were on that photo you sent on the group chat or something?
But probably two of them probably were, but yeah. I got another two to go with them. If you want to have a look,
George, the brick flicks in 3 hours. I've really got to go. Can you get them on quick? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything.
I've gone right here.
I thought you'd need to find them. I thought you need to find.
I've gone right here, so I got one.
That's fucking sick, man. That is really good. Hold on, I'll get on full screen. There we go.
Cool cover.
There we go.
Absolutely.
It shows all the inside of the ships. This one does.
No.
Oh yeah.
And then I've got this one which has 3 books in there, and it's still sealed.
And that was from the charity shop.
It's still sealed there.
That's from the charity shop. That sealed one.
Yeah, sealed.
Jeez, how much was it worth?
£4. I got it. Okay, this one £4.
What about that gunship, the Republic gunship?
The gunship one was £2.
Bloody hell! The charity shop have some bargains in there, man. You'd think someone would have bloody.
There's still 2 more books in there. There's a making of episode 1 in there for £4.
Nice.
Bro, you'd think someone would.
And then we've got another one in there.
You'd think someone would have nabbed them already.
Well, I went and got most of them. And then you got the visual novel and a newer one.
Wait, so you've nabbed a load of Star Wars stuff from the charity shop?
I got 4 books.
That's meant to be for kids, though. I understand a few, but if you nab most of them off the shelf, that you shouldn't hoard buy from a charity shop. With all due respect.
Early bird gets the worm. Early bird gets the worm.
It's a charity shop. It's a charity.
Yeah.
And
I'm the charity king, mate.
How are you the charity king? You're not a charity.
I get all my stuff from the charity shop, mostly. So yeah, I got the visual novel for £4, and then I've got the visual dictionary.
No, but listen, right. if I donate, say, or what have I got there? That's cool. If I took this 501st Lego Clone Trooper to like a charity shop, I wouldn't expect. It's sort of meant for like kids to get it cheaper, isn't it? It's not meant for like grown men to go in there.
No, it's for anybody.
Are you sure? No, but typically, wouldn't you want a kid who can't? Wouldn't you want a kid who can't afford it to have it?
No, because I'd want it.
At the end of the day, George is
first
paying.
person who finds it should get it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, George is paying the charity, so
yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point. But I thought the point of it was that you take stuff to a charity shop, so like people haven't got a lot of money could get it at a lower price.
No, it's just to like
go to the pound shop,
just to get rid of it in a good way or whatever.
Fair enough. I put my hands up in the air. I got that one wrong. Fair enough.
There's more books in there which was tempting me. Can't think of what the one was, but I know the one was the making of episode 1 in there.
Oh, nice.
That was £4. But yeah.
Cool.
So overall, I got them for £12, and they're more expensive online.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that one sealed.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Quite a bargain. Very generous. Whoever gave that to the charity shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can nicely wrap up there. It's a bit stressful when your car breaks down. So, well, no, it's not your car; it's your dad's car. So, fair play that you still came on, George, because it is stressful.
What's about it could have been the whole engine gone if it hadn't puffed the life.
That is a ridiculous. Well, how did you fix it again? Sorry.
Well, we just kept. We were trying different things to get it to work, but. We swapped the ECU around. We swapped the coil around and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just kept trying to start it, and then it puffed it into life. So we think it's bad fuel because we normally use V power for it. So it could have been a bad batch of fuel or something like that.
Enough. Well, I guess we will end it there. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. And any final messages?
See you for my stream.
Yeah, tomorrow at 8 p.m. So, yeah. Any final messages, Liam?
No.
Right, then. So, cheers, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and have a good one. See you later.
See you tomorrow.